J. Cole is Drake's understudy not wanting to do the job no more. I cannot understand as to why you're going on a podcast run to dismantle yourself on this level. This is what happens when you play the middle. It's important to walk the line of duality. But if you cannot decide and choose for yourself, this is the result of the person that cannot do that. This is embarrassing. J. Cole, you are a skilled rapper. That's it. Because there's just one person at the top at this point. Someone's crying and someone's confused. I'm giving up hope on Cole. Because why would you go on a podcast run to dismantle everything you have built up? The features damn near mean nothing. We listen to the features for nostalgic purposes. What we felt in that moment is pretty much the energy we have when it comes to these songs. This is embarrassing. Yo, right here in the small box. Very embarrassing. So look, we're gonna go ahead and get started. I don't wanna waste no more time. Yo, you right here in the small box. Like, comment, share, subscribe. You know the vibe. You tapped in with your favorite Canadian reaction channel. Let's go ahead and get started and listen to the BS Cole has to say when sitting down with Carmelo Anthony. First of all, you're sitting down with Carmelo Anthony. What are we doing, bro? What's going on in this world? Let's go.
But you said something in the beginning, how like on songs, like how I say I'm the best on songs. It's like, ask me in real life, do I think I'm the best rapper alive?
Do you think you're the best rapper alive?
Bro, it's a nigga named Black Thought that exists. It's a nigga named Lupe Fiasco that exists. It's niggas that on any given day, even my peers, a Drake or a Kendrick, where it's like, yo, I know on any given day I can show up to the studio and give these niggas 80. But I know they can show up on any day in the studio and give me 80. And I might on.
You're a victim.
What are we talking about here? This is like, I'm sitting here listening to a damn fool speak.
Only have 30. Like, so if I'm taking on a rap persona, like when I'm rapping, of course, that's what I like to, that's how I like to rap. And guess what? Sometimes I hit the mark and I say shit and I spit a verse that really might have you believe in that shit. But if you ask me.
Let me tell you something. Because what he's saying when it comes to the legends, the individuals that paved this legacy, it's important to say their names. You know, so people can understand when it comes to the raps. This is the upper echelon. But I don't think, like I said, J. Cole doesn't want to play the role of a rapper no more. Let me explain that. The role of a rapper, especially in 2026, the requirement is to walk around with a big chest, with your chest out. You walk around like Johnny Bravo talking about, I am the one. I am the king. I stand on the top of the mountain with my throne and crown lean to the side. You're supposed to stand on your square and say why you are this. And you got to proceed to prove that. Right? What J. Cole is doing to himself, it's diminishing in a sense, if I'm going to be completely honest. You're giving power to this while trying to say, I'm still that God. No. Stand up for yourself, man. The best person that can push you, that can market you, and say things about you is you. So why are you not doing that, man? This is why I am not a fan of middlemen. Because they will love you and hate you and respect you, but diss you all in the same sentence. These individuals cannot be trusted. Let's keep going with this.
when I'm rapping, of course, that's what I like to, that's how I like to rap. And guess what? Sometimes I hit the mark and I say shit and I spit a verse that really might have you believe in that shit. But if you ask me in real life, do I walk around like I'm the best rapper alive? No, nigga. Like I'm the best ever. No. But when I put on that motherfucking cape, like that's how I try to attack shit. And have there been things and moments and verses where I'm writing this shit and I'm like, I know niggas not fucking with this. Absolutely. But
You're a victim.
Boy, who you trying to fool? Who you trying to fool? Because the way that you are talking, the way that we've heard you talk on this podcast run, that diminishes the bars. That discredits the bars. The energy is low. The energy is low on those moments that you are talking about. Legacy matters for a reason. Simply because it's not just something that you can do and then throw it away. Legacy is consistency. Not in the terms of work, but in the terms of your character. That's why we look at certain legacies like undeniable. He's the one. Your character must not change when we're looking at your legacy. Meaning that no matter what time of the day it is, no matter what building you're in, no matter what microphone you are in front of, you're playing that role of the greatest. And like I said, when you play the role, you must now perform as one. That's what it means to be a legend. Consistently showing up for yourself and your fans and anybody and everybody in between to remind them who you are and why you deserve to be here. J. Cole, we've listened to about 3 different times where we hear multiple hours of you speaking. And the more that you spoke, the more that we're tapping into the lies that you're saying, the double sides you're trying to play on, and then just the overall just embarrassment that we are hearing. I'm a fan of J. Cole's music. I feel embarrassed hearing him speak like this. This is secondhand embarrassment. Why do I need to sit here and hear you talk as if you are the wisest man in the room, but you are not even saying anything? With Nadeska, you were literally dancing around as you see a J. Cole fan in front of you, and you're simply just dancing around the room as if you're commanding this space. You're not even taking control of the moment. You're not standing on anything. I don't like individuals that don't stand for nothing, because it only gonna show that you'll never show up when you're needed the most, and literally witnessed that 2 years ago on the Dreamville stage. You will never show up. All the bars that you've spit in the past, when you were on the track with Benny the Butcher, talking about you go put niggas' head in the noose. We thought you were ready when the time was coming. And you proceed to hide under the bed and say, I'm sorry, until the boogeyman is gone. Let's not forget the song that he had. Well, not song, the feature that he had on London by Bia. Let me tell you something. Listening to Cole on that feature was the craziest feature we've heard in a while. Now I look at it, and the only thing I can feel from it is the moment that I listened to it for the first time. Nothing else. You must maintain status as a great. Greats don't discredit themselves. Greats stand in what they believe in. Greats demand respect while at the same time showing it. When it comes, this is why I am a Kendrick fan. I've already said this before. I am a Kendrick fan because of the ideals that I have when it comes to underdog artists. Anybody that the world turned their head on, that turned their back on, those moments produce the greatest monsters. And we witnessed that with the beef. That's what I believe. I believe in underdog artists. Because when they are challenged in the worst way, they produce some of the greatest art ever. That is why I'm a Kendrick fan. And you can take that and apply it to any other artist, regardless of the genre. Because when somebody that deserves the status of being a great artist is challenged and tested, they're going to show up. Period. The real ones will show up and show out. And then reap the rewards of the respect that flies to them, regardless if it's in a DM, a podcast, or on television. Let's keep going.
But in reality, do I walk around this earth like there's no nigga better than me in real life? Like I can't get in the studio with Black Thought and he just give me 90. You know what I mean? And I'm sitting there like, I got 25 for you. You know what I mean? Or any one of these amazing rappers. But I think people hear me say it because they don't know me for real.
Right.
They hear me say it in a verse so much when I have on the cape.
It sounds convincing like a motherfucker.
It sounds convincing because I'm really doing that shit that's going to have a nigga like, man, yeah, nigga. No, you think when you hear.
I want to hear that last part again.
Do I walk around this earth like there's no nigga better than me in real life? Like I can't get in the studio with Black Thought and he just give me 90. You know what I mean? And I'm sitting there like, I got 25 for you. You know?
Jcole has reality, life, and his mind all confused. It's like the reason why he's thinking this way is because he's combining every aspect of life into one in that sense. The reality aspect, your own thoughts when it comes to walking in this life. And then as an artist, you got artist brain on this planet, in this life. And he's taking all three, blending it together into one. And that's where he's speaking from. That's how you ruin yourself. Because you need to separate the three. Because you can understand, you can get it, but you can still be this. Because when you're over here as this is how you get better. You constantly train this so that you can still understand these two, but still say, look what I've done. This is what I've done. This is my work. This is my best. This is who I am over here. The greatest. And you have not shown that whatsoever. That's why when I look at the fall off, I will never be on the side of that album is good. Damn near 2 hours of time wasted. 0 takeaways. That's my honest truth. If you don't like it, too bad. When I sit here on this channel and I'm listening, we're analyzing, we're appreciating music. You understand me. You understand where I'm coming from when I'm sitting here hearing these tracks, hearing these artists. I am critical for a reason. Because that shows that I really wear that armor. That no BS armor. Listening to the fall off. Biggest waste of time of my life. Keep it. I don't want that. I want a better project. All right? I'd rather keep Off Season as your last album than to keep The Falloff as your last album. How are you going to tour that? How the hell are you going to tour that Tupac? How? Like, literally, I'm sitting here trying to understand it, because at this point,
You're a victim.
like, I don't get it. I look at you as a strange.
You're a victim.
Like, I'm so disappointed with him.
Or any one of these amazing rappers. But I think people hear me say it because they don't know me for real.
Right.
They hear me say it in a verse so much when I have on the cape.
It sounds convincing like a motherfucker.
It sounds convincing because I'm really doing that shit that's going to have a nigga like, man, he think he, yeah, nigga. No, you think. You think when you hear.
Very disappointed, man. This is someone's GOAT, by the way. Facts. Like, I'm telling you, like, and I don't even need to look at the comments to change or say anything otherwise. I'm standing on what I'm saying. I'm standing on what I'm saying. We've been listening to this enough for me to stand here and say, that's it. I'm good. I'm going to keep the old music that's out already. I'm going to appreciate the time period that those songs have come out in, and we're just going to keep moving forward. That's it. I'm done. I'm done. I can't do this no more. I can't do this no more. If there is a feature out there, if there's a song out there in the future where Cole is going to be talking ish, keep it. You can prove your skill set. You can flex your skill set without doing that. You can do that without doing that. It's just how well are you going to structure your bars. See, J. Cole, when you do stand there and talk about how you're the greatest, you're looking for a moment at this point. After everything we've listened to, you're just looking for a moment at the end of the day. That's it. We're good, man. J. Cole, we've had enough. We're good. Because at this, you're just looking for a moment. You're a moment guy. The same way how Drake was trying to say Kendrick was looking for a moment. Even though Kendrick creates time periods. Yeah, okay. That conversation, that talk should have been for Cole. Because you're looking for a moment. You're on these podcasts looking for a moment. You're a moment guy. You live in it. Where I'm going to keep what I like. And I'm going to keep moving forward. I'm good. So disappointed with dude. I'm good, man. I'm really good. For real.